Okay, guys, here's functions really quick. The first thing you're looking at here is a mapping. We have 4 different ways that we're going to have to identify what a function is, and it's going to be with mappings, tables, ordered pairs or coordinates, and graphs. So I'm going to start with mappings first. The bottom line is all the numbers over here on the left are your inputs or your x's. All the numbers on the right are your outputs or your y's. Just to give you an idea what the coordinates are, this is 1, 2, 2, 5, 3, 3, and 4, 3. Now this is going to sound a little silly, but this is one of the strategies that I got from one of the algebra teachers up here. It sounds, like I said, it sounds kind of silly, but it's an excellent way to remember what's a function and what's not a function, especially with mapping. So bottom line is look at the x's or the inputs like they're the people. Look at the outputs or the y's like they're the place. You can't have a person be in 2 different places at the same time. So why is this a function? Because every x has 1 place to go. All right, we have 1 going to 2, 2 going to 5, 3 going to 3, and 4 going to 3. The fact that we have 2 x coordinates or 2 people going to the same place, that's fine. That's a party, right? But what you can't have is the same person going to 2 different places at the same time, like this. All right, so this would be an example of a mapping that's not a function because we have 1 going to 3 and to 4 at the same time. So the math explanation that I would want to hear is we have an x coordinate occurring at 2 different places at the same time. We have the x coordinate 1 occurring at 3 and 4 at the same time, and same with the 2. 2's occurring at 6 and 8 at the same time. Can't have it happen. And you know, back to our silly strategy, we have a person going to 2 different places at the same time. Same thing down here. That's not going to work. Not without making a mess. All right. So now going to tables. Tables look a little bit different, but all it is the coordinates that were up here in the mapping written out. So the first coordinate 1, 2, then 2, 5, then 3, 3, then 4, 3. So when you get to a table or to coordinates, all we're going to do is look to see if we have an x coordinate repeating. There are no x coordinates repeating, therefore this is a function. If you look over here, we do have an x coordinate repeating. We have an x coordinate that's at 3 and the same x coordinate that's at 4. So that is not a function. This will not work. Same thing down here. We have 2 going to 6 and 2 going to 8. Up in the mapping, we didn't write the 2 twice. It just went 6 and then 8. In the table, they actually show both coordinates. And again, if you have an x coordinate that's occurring more than once, then it is not a function. Okay? So going down here to the coordinates or ordered pairs, it's the exact same coordinates you had in the table. You can see the 1, 2, 2, 5, 3, 3, and 4, 3. And then over here with the example that's not a function, it's the 1, 3, the 1, 4, the 2, 6, the 2, 8. So again, what we're looking for, same thing with the table in the coordinates, is that we're looking to see if there's an x coordinate that's occurring more than once or that's repeating. So we have an x coordinate 1, 2, 3, and 4. None of them are repeating. None of them are occurring more than once. And they're not going to a different y at the same time. Over here, we have a 1 going to 3 and a 1 going to 4. So that is not going to work. That's not a function. And the same thing with the 2. The 2's going to 6 and the 2's going to 8. So bottom line is whether you're in a table or a set of coordinates, you're looking to see if you have an x coordinate that's repeating. We had an x coordinate repeating, x coordinate repeating, x coordinate repeating, x coordinate repeating. So I don't care whether it's given to you as a table or a set of coordinates. It's not a function. That's all you're looking for. And the graph is the easiest one of them all. Okay? So when you're given a graph, what you want to do is what we call the vertical line test. And all you want to do is see if you can draw a vertical line and see if it passes through more than one point. I don't care where I draw my vertical line along here, you're not going to see any point where it's going to cross over more than one point. So this is a function, that works. And this one also, I can't draw any vertical lines and go over more than one point at the same time. So this is also a function. So an example of something that would not be a function, they always like to use this bullseye looking one. Look, if I draw a vertical line, I'm crossing here and here. So in other words, I have an x coordinate that's occurring here and here at the same time. Can happen, so that is not a function. Okay, and so if you look down here at this one, right here we're good, right here we're good. It's when we get out to this point right here that we can see we have 2 points that are occurring at the same time. All right, so here's my x. So we have an x coordinate. Let's say this is maybe 3. This might be 3, 0 and 3, 3. They're both occurring at the same time, so that will not work. That is not a function. It's all about the vertical line test.